We'll just have to leave it a mystery. Mystery machine grinders. Big Scooby-Doo fans. Big Scooby-Doo fans here. It is going to be the grinders who win the knife round. So they get their choice aside. Where do they want to start is the big question. And then grinding starting on CT. Let's play ball. Matthew taking some space out towards long. Got 2 players to hold this. Sev committed in towards the car. Here's that pop-up from behind the car. No one can connect the shot, but Mithu eventually does find the headshot through. Don't think that's going in either one's highlight reel. But it does mean this long presence is dealt with. Now kills coming in thick and fast as the B hit comes through. MJC trying to stay alive, trying to get the reload off. Somehow winning every fight. Oh my goodness, that bomb's dropped down. Laser Radical can at least collect one as they try and slip through the door. Has the P250, doesn't have armor. This is going to need to be headshots. Let's see if Laser Radical can put this together. They're not looking to him. They're not looking to tunnels. Eventually, they should be aware that this is a possibility. Pops the shot on the first, sees the second. 35 seconds. It's time to cook here! And cooking up headshots is what Laser Radical does. There's a tag. Scout through the doors. Laser Radical starting strong here. Off that very nice pistol round. Big old clutcheroni. Boths. A chance with a 5-7 to isolate out a gun here. Get interesting. Smoke cross thrown late. It's going to be Kratos instead who snatches away one. With the mighty Deeg. That AK might just be worth saving. That AK is definitely worth saving. The question is Kratos going to do so? Wouldn't be living up to the namesake. But it seems like Kratos has a little bit more patience here. Going to back away. Not going to get super angry. Yeah, you might be going off the smoke. Bong gets out of there. Should be able to survive. Fighting into the longhouse is bold. That's going to cost them a couple kills they didn't need to give up. Guns can't be retrieved, but the Grinder's doing good damage and sneaking an AK out of that. Well, it's not the worst result. I see some people asking about the ranks. You actually can check the match page. On Face It, everybody in the server right now, I believe, is a level 10. Mithu. Traded out here out towards long, but as Kratos tries to take the pit, Brownie's going to be able to punish. That second kill would have been massive. And it is going to be Bong, who, fittingly, slips through smoke. Nice timely push from MJC. Almost overlooked the second player towards lower. But Gloomy brings it back over, and now it falls to Bong to clutch up. And so we must ask ourselves the question, can Bong let it rip? Bong wants to clear cap before going for this move. Is there time to just leave? Ooh, this is devilish. This is devil. They're wondering. They're like, what has happened? I know he puts it down in their mind. And goes back? The mind games here. Molly's going to keep them both in towards CT. Allows Bong the chance to plant it down. Does mean that now Bong does not have that handy-dandy bottle for the post. We're going to play with Catwalk. Going to slip around the corner. Going to force them to tap, and they don't have kits. But what they do have is a nade and a smoke. Underhanding the smoke. Just going to get on the stick, and, well, both will make sure we don't have to ask any questions whatsoever. It's looking like a fast play. Fast play in towards B. Everyone's funneling this direction. They're just going to group up and hit, most like. Though actually, no. They start to rat their way in towards lower. Waiting out that initial salvo of utility. If Sev comes looking, could A be in trouble, or could B throw the greatest nade of all time? Op overwhelmed. Kratos a little slow on that trigger finger. Now things start to get interesting. That op can be retrieved. He is going to be by Gloomy, but a quick cleanup. MJC mows down a couple. Sev finds the pop on the smoke. They got bomb control. Brownie has an AK. Brownie does not have armor. Nade on the pop. Actually goes a little bit too deep. Leaves a shell of smoke. But Snow sees around it. Sorry, not Snow. 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 Could you say SNW, but where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Seeming like the MM Grinder's got some fans in chat. I don't know if anyone's repping for free FRUGZ right now. Where is FRUGZ? What did FRUGZ do? Why is FRUGZ not free? There's lore here, and I want to know it. Bong goes up early in a puff. And that's a hell of a timely swing. Kratos even overlooks the player in the corner, but he's already done his damage. And Sev can follow it up. It falls to Laser Radical. Had a nice clutch in the pistol, but this is too much. Whole different ask. Need to chip down half that health. Chunking it. They've given Laser Radical the path to the plant, trying to reinforce long. The question for Laser is, do you look this gift horse in the mouth and go peeking out towards pit? And the answer is absolutely, but then you're going to punch that gift horse straight in the mouth and knock it out and go back? How on earth? What is this? Not just to get away with the peek once, but twice? Now bomb planted down, withdrawn towards Goose, completely dismantled the long control. And there was enough of a gap here that they have to ask questions. Where did he get to? He got to right here from the Goose. He will pluck the matchmaking grinders. Laser Radical. Oh my God. That's some heat. That's some heat. I said at the beginning of that it was too much to ask. Laser Radical says, give me tougher battles. That one's got to go in the highlight reel. Quick swing. Able to trade it at the very least. And now Laser Radical back up to his usual tricks. A 3-on-3, it's not bad considering the limitations coming into it for MM Grinders. But Kratos trying to catch on some of these kills. Laser Radical continues to pile on in the frag column. 11-3 already, and we're just in round 6. Nithu. And Gloomy. We'll keep this one under control. No insane clutch required from Laser Radical, though he still did contribute with 2. What's that DAR looking like for Laser Radical right now? 142 DAR. Honestly, thought it might be higher. Pretty spicy, though. Coming on through. And free FRUGZ. Well, they might just be freeing him. It's just USPs. We didn't really expect anything. See if it can get interesting. No. Babos might just be able to save this AK. No. Never mind. That is a quick answer. That is a quick answer to that question. Can you save this AK? No. No, absolutely not. And screw you for asking. Noodle back out. Hi, puppy dog. Eyes crack open for 2 seconds before going right back to sleep. Snow may know nothing, but he knows how to shoot. Here comes the play. Swing on in, clears out Carr. Gloomy keeps Mithu up as well. And at this point, this might just have to be a save. No retake util, no kit. B bomb site of Dust 2. Yeah, this is going to be a cut losses type of situation. Too bad. So sad. We gave it a try. We gave it a look. But FRUGZ continue their run of rounds on to 6 now. Starting to stack these up. How good is the average main team? That is an interesting question, right? Because it's how do you frame it? And it also depends on region, largely. Generally speaking, the lower ranks... How do I explain this exactly? Advanced is a lot more professional in Europe. And that trickles down into main as well. Because there's a lot more org support. And it's varied across different levels of play as well. So... main in Europe is a lot more competitive than main in NA because a lot of teams, maybe not at the main level, but they're partially salaried. At an advanced level, you have a lot of teams that are full-time playing CS who are competing in advanced. And obviously, when you have the ability to fully commit to something, improvement is going to be expected. So, how good being a relative term? It's kind of hard to define. But most of the time, players are pretty competent as individuals. But maybe they're refining the team play aspects of their game. Nice kill from MJC. Nice response. Finds the bomb as well. Knows that holding on to tunnels here is going to make this very difficult to get the bomb planted for free FRUGZ. 40 seconds. They've still got time to cook. And actually, and trying not to get caught, I was going to say MJC might have given up too much, but waited for the audio cues and then swung in. And now this has to be Brownie in the clutch. And that is perfectly played from MJC. That is beautifully played from MJC. Okay, they get through mid. What am I going to do? I'm going to take tunnels control. Oh, I've caught the bomb in tunnels. I don't want to sit here static on an angle, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move off and use the audio cues to try and catch players as they try and slip that bomb out. That's really nice. On average, GN 2 to 4? No. No, not quite. Kratos in the corner. Kratos burning. Kratos forced wide. Bong collects. Bring this into an even situation. And it's big pressure on for Sev, and Sev deleted. Now means they're in trouble. Brownie will have heard the player rotating through CT, and with this smoke, Bose is stuck. Bomb's going to be planted down. I'm just telling you, FRUGZ. It's looking a little free. Could I get a team of 20k Premier players and make it to main? Not without... yes, but with team play and coordination. I don't think you could throw 5 20k Premier players into a roster without any prior chemistry in make main. Maybe you'd make it to main, but you might not do well there, if that makes sense. Open is completely varied in terms of skill level. IM is also not super competitive, generally speaking, at least in North America. Main is, I would say, the first point where it starts to ramp up a fair chunk in competition. But I think with enough, if you're talking about like the individual skill of somebody who plays matchmaking at that level, if they had chemistry together and team play and coordination, then yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, MJC. Going to be able to spray down too. Has been playing very well as this B anchor, and that's a nice smoke pop to get Kratos another. Look at the response from Bose. Fast, dynamic, right back in, and we're left with Laser Radical. Before I said it wasn't possible. Before I said it was too much to ask, I'm not going to say that now. I'm going to give Laser Radical his due. He's earned it at this point. Laser Radical has earned the respect to say there's always a chance. And you can tell grinders believe it, because look at how far back they were playing. Before, they were swinging, they were fighting, they were brawling. Now, having been slapped on the wrist, they're playing a lot more conservatively. Sev gonna tuck, gonna duck. That molly doesn't quite go deep enough. Didn't have the arm for it. Kratos gets tagged up. Laser Radical is just begging for them to peek him. Fight me. Fight me. Give me an honorable duel. But they will do no such thing. They'll peer at him through a scope. And take command. Final round of the first half. FRUGZ with a nice lead here, but they would love to tap on an eighth. Laser Radical going to try and deliver that. Gets the leg shot. Whoo-wee. That scope's got some heat on it. Mithu punches a hole, and now they got space. Now they got the B site. Now it's completely compromised as FRUGZ look to find around number 8. That smoke pop doesn't reveal anything at all. Tech9 coming back. That was ambitious. On the smoke push. Bomb ticking away. They want to draw the battle lines here. They're locking this down. Laser Radical to find the final shot as we swap sides. That's a strong lead for FRUGZ, but there is very much still a possibility to roll this back in the second. So can we get the lowdown from somebody in chat? Who is FRUGZ? Noodle has moved, I'm sorry. He's under the desk now. He has escaped containment on the Noodle cam. He's sitting under my feet. Full play out long. Everybody's headed this direction. Cross smoke thrown. Flashbangs out. And Mithu will connect one through the smoke, but Bose quickly answers, and that's a nice shot from Snow. Body's falling thick and fast. Brony revealed at... Brownie, rather. Not Brony. Revealed that Gandalf quickly dispatched. And that is a nice way to kick off your second half here for the grinders. Very quick pistol. Very commanding. They said get me on T side. And now they're on T side. Full stack out towards long. They're just going to fight. But in the meantime, MJC has walked into B and said, hey, no one's here. Bring me the bomb. Why is he not sticking around to fight? They have nothing to fear. But 5 pistols running them down. Also fear itself. First pistol chipped away. Laser Radical still going to manage to get his. Trying to get his AK. Won't be able to hold on to that. Does nicely deliver it back to MJC to make sure that they only take rifles through to the next round. FRUGZ is in jail. What did FRUGZ do? What did FRUGZ do? We need to know if it's a good thing if they free FRUGZ or if it's a bad thing. We need context. Me personally, I'm FRUGZ agnostic right now. Laser Radical is actually going to have a little bit of a cushion as a result of this spot. They don't clear his corner. Laser Radical gets 2. Kratos, next victim, no. Kratos survives, but Brownie has filled the gap, slid right back into the corner, daring them to come through. Cross smoke thrown, but no one going behind this. Means that no one's going to have to move from the free FRUGZ side. That's a ripper of a shot out from Kratos onto the ramp player. Gloomy gone. Has to be Bong here. Finding some dinks. Bong making some noise. And that's a hell of a spray down from Brownie. Perfect timing. They were so focused on Bong they forgot about Catwalk. Let themselves totally exposed with no control. And so the defuse will come through. And FRUGZ is that much closer to being freed. Who plays next? This is our last game of the night. We are going to wrap up after this one. We came on for 3 games. We went through 3 divisions. Oh, we got FRUGZ's view. This is FRUGZ's POV. He's not free. But he's watching his team. Supporting them. Keep him locked up. That's a nice nade. That's a timely nade coming through from Brownie. Had great timing in the last round, but this time, gonna peek right into an AWP crosshair. The timing gods giveth, and they taketh away. Little jiggle. Little jiggle. Nice kill found here for Gloomy. Looking for more. Trying to stay alive. Important to do so. Teammates looking to link up, but that's a hell of a kill out towards long. Now means the support is gone for Gloomy. Gloomy eventually just out of bullets. Gave that a good try. Laser Radical next up to the plate. The Clutch Meister himself. Knows where these two players are. Has the shot on the pit player. Comes down to the 1v1, but this time denied. Both will not be allowing another ridiculous clutch to come through. Laser Radical so close. Yet so far. 19-9. Actually insane output from Laser Radical right now. Putting the team on his back. Trying to carry them over some of these rounds. JC catches the one, but 5-7's close range. They were trying to condense on them. So actually giving Mithu a gun. I mean, Grinder's definitely going to get this bomb plant. The question is, does Mithu want to attempt this? Or does Mithu want an AK in the next round? Very out of position. To be honest, just based on the distance and the lack of a kit, obviously, and the lack of armor, I would say the logical brain should prevail. And this should be a save. So we're just one round to separate these two teams. Spicy moments. Could be going the distance here. Had a player drop out. Hopefully that will be resolved quickly. We lost Brownie. We lost Brownie. No one likes losing their brownies. Ace Radical equals Greg Jennings. Exactly. Exactly. With a broken leg. In that case, the matchmaking grinders, they're some of the hardest hitting safeties in the league. But even then, Laser Radical might need Brownie alongside him. So hopefully we can get that restart going real quick. But it seems like maybe not. This has been fun. We've got some crazy clutches tonight. Some crazy almost clutches tonight. Some spicy plays. A lot of different pacey plays in general. A close game in every single one of our matches as well. Heater in open. Heater in advance. 13-11 in advance. And we seem like this one might be a close one as well. Come on, Brownie, don't make us wait. What happened? What happened? Hopefully it's not the worst news. Sometimes you wind up with a power outage or something. All right, we got a peek into chat. Gloomy asked, 5v5 Overwatch scrims after this? I'm a mean mercy. Laser Radical said, we ban Genji, so don't think about it. Snow, I played Overwatch for a total of 1 hour. Your man's good? This is now the question. Yeah, his game bugging the usual. Gloomy then said, he said something about Lovecraftian horrors invading his realm. So hopefully Brownie is not currently being possessed by Lovecraftian horrors. Hopefully demons beyond his comprehension, ancient beings that his mind cannot even perceive, are not currently flaying his consciousness. Or if they are, hopefully you can get rid of them real quick and get loaded back in. But seriously, how long does a restart take? Ah, he's back. He's back. Let's go. Timer's off. We're loaded back in. Brownie's good to play. Game settled down. All to play for here. 9 to 8. The hour grows late. And okay, Brownie's moving. Okay, Brownie's moving. I was nervous there for a moment. Thought he DC'd again. Nope, it's all good. He bought a gun. He's on the move. They're not waiting for him. Brownie. Gonna do some fighting here. Player on the platform. Uh-oh. Goodbye, Brownie. No, missed shot there for Kratos. Gives Brownie a bit of a second lease on life. Don't know if he's going to be peeking into that up again. Even cats only have so many lives. But there's that peek back out. Catches MJC, so this time it works. Trying to get a reload. Might be able to get caught by both. One. Can't find the second. Laser Radical is here to lay down the law. The laws of radicals. And he's a free radical in this one. Flying all over the shop. Op can be retrieved. 22nd kill of the map here for Laser Radical. And he is just too much for the MM grinders to contain. Yeah, what you're looking at here is a quintessential carry job being perpetrated here by the Laser Radical. That's some classic. Seriously, though, he's putting in a Herculean effort for the team right now. Bonk. An opener. A follow-up. Looking for more, but it's going to be Laser Radical who comes through with a snapper of a shot on that op. Sev could make things some... Well, okay, I was going to say could make things interesting, but now all of his teammates are dead. So this flank only really works if there's something in the front of it. And there is nothing in front of it. So we're coming to the close. MM grinders, they're running out of juice. They've been ground down to a bit of a pulp. motion. Mid they go, up the catwalk. Flying through. Big numbers on. They're well past that incendiary. But the guns are going to be more than capable of handling them. It's clean as you like here. And that's map point on. FRUGZ, he's so close to being free. He's so close. Just one more round. One of the next 4 rounds. And free FRUGZ, they've got the dubs. Grinders, they're back to the queue. There's going to be spare nades drop down in towards spawn. Free FRUGZ are making sure they're well equipped for this one. The jailbreak is almost complete. A boost up to peering towards lower. This is Laser Radical here. 25 kills in 20 rounds of play. It's a kill and a quarter a round. Mithu's forced out in the open. Can't quite find that duel. Spray down, though. Bong gets a second. So now even numbers on this retake and a cleanup of the player in mid. Laser Radical patient on that one. Means now they got a good chance of this retake. There's no more util for the Grinders. I don't know if any can be salvaged off of these bodies. There's certainly kits for free FRUGZ, so time's not a huge issue. They got the util themselves. They just mollied the door. That's not where that was supposed to go, but it's not going to be an issue. They'll still get the defuse on, even burning their teammate alive. Didn't change things for free FRUGZ. Wherever FRUGZ is, I hope he's watching, because they have completed the freeing of FRUGZ in this one.